A very good evening to you all, and welcome to the fifth episode of The Extra Mile, an initiative by the Prefect's Body of St. Joseph's College, Colombo 10. My name is Jaden Markalanda, and I will be your host for today's program. Today, I have with me a true Josephian leader. He was the head prefect of college for the years 2016 and 2017. He was the vice captain of the first 15 rugby team that created history by winning the President's Trophy Championship in 2017. He was involved in many clubs and societies in college, being the vice president of the Colombo Junior Curia, the Legion of Mary, and he obtained college colors in both rugby and athletics, being the house captain of Bonjinhouse. On top of that, he was an excellent student, obtaining 3 A's at his G.C.E. advanced level examination in the commerce stream. He is none other than Raveen Antonio. Good evening, Raveen, and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Malli. Thank you for having me.
I hope you're doing well, Aya, during this current situation, and you're doing safe and you're being safe.
Yes, Malli, I'm doing fine. Hope everyone's safe as well.
That's really good to hear, Aya. Shall we get right into it then?
Okay, Malli.
So, Aya, you have spent 14 years at St. Joseph's College, and I'm pretty sure some of your most fondest memories as a student is coming flooding in right now. Could you share with us some of those nostalgic memories that you cherish at your time at St. Joseph's College?
To recall a few, the first thing that comes to my head is the first day I came to college. So the first time I entered the gates, and where the grade 2 students then, the senior batch, they were waiting for to welcome us. And that was the first time that I was handed over a college flag. So we straight away went into the chapel and to the classroom. So that is one of the greatest memories. And following with that, the first gold medal that I won in college in a sport meet in grade 3, it was also a fun story where I won the gold medal for a long jump. And I came home and I told my parents that I won, and they giggled and they laughed and saying, you're a fat, chubby person. How can you win? So that was kind of funny. And I said, you come and see, I'll get the medal and I'll show. So that was the first time that I got into sports. And continuing that, I can remember all the days that we went pouring, sweating after the interval to classes and staying outside the classroom, asking us to stay till it gets dry. And the times inside the canteen, eating, sharing food, and continuing that, the time that I was a prefect and the time that I was the head prefect, filled with memories, and those are the best time of my college life.
I bet those are some unforgettable memories, Aya.
You will never forget those memories.
So, Aya, we know that you have had a phenomenal career as a rugby writer in college. Can we know like what got you into playing rugby and what your early days as a rugby writer was like in college?
To start off, as in I first started, as in when my sports career, I first did swimming, and from swimming I went to athletics and cricket. So during my primary years, I was a swimmer, athletic, as an athlete and cricketer. So after that, in grade 7, college organized a tag rugby tournament for the first time in college. So out of that only, they selected few and they asked us to come. So I was new to rugby, but my father always motivated me to go for rugby, and because of my size, as in the first reason I went to play rugby was to get into a good shape, actually, and that helped. So as soon as I went to the field, and from the first drill itself, I was so happy, as in I knew that this is the sport that's gonna take me somewhere after. So I continued rugby. So while playing cricket, athletics, and doing swimming, I played rugby, and I did athletics till the end of college, as well as rugby. So from small days, as soon as I started rugby, I was, as in the coaches and everyone saw something, a good potential in me. So they always helped me to build up my career in rugby. So the first thing my coach said was, you just have to catch the ball, run to the try line. Don't do anything else, just keep the try. So he came up well, and I captained under 14, under 16, 18, and became the vice captain in first 15 as well. So yeah, that's how it started.
That's really nice to hear. Yeah. So yeah, like any Josephian playing rugby, his main goal is to somehow represent college, the first 15 rugby side. Uh, how were you able to motivate yourself and push yourselves up to the ranks?
Um, to start off, as in the biggest motivation that we had back then was where our seniors, actually, the first 15 team then, when I was playing under 14, they used to train in Berry grounds. Okay, so the first off season, they play in Berry. So seeing them play, practices and everything, because we have our practices from around 2 to 4:30. So after 4:30, they come into the ground. And seeing them playing made me wonder, one day I'm going to be that person who's training there. One day I'm going to wear the blue and white jersey. So that's what kept me motivated. And also I got the backup from my parents, family, and coaches as well to continue rugby, and that was the motivation that was given. And the the biggest thing that I loved about rugby is that how much team effort that you have to give and the teamwork that we see in seniors. So that was the dream for me to end up one day in a big question, as in to complete school rugby.
That's really motivating. Can you take us through your senior years as a rugby right? What were they like, and what were your most memorable moments you had in those years?
Uh, Senior years, as in I played first 15 from 2013. So I was just a lad of I was still playing under 16. So I got the opportunity to play for St. Thomas's, as in play with St. Thomas's the first match. And I was just 15 years old. So I was the youngest. And so wearing that blue and white jersey and running into the field was the most amazing thing that I've achieved. So, and the first kickoff, the first play, it was amazing. So continuing that, we had a lot of memorable moments in rugby history in college while I was playing. So the first thing was in 2015 under the captaincy of Tariq Saleh, where we won the big match, beating St. Peter's for the, as in after 15 years, 15 long years. So the scores were just 17-10, but it was an amazing game where truly we saw the Josephian spirit in that match, where everyone was supporting, and the crowd, as in after we won, the ground was flooded with people. So continuing that, the next most memorable thing was in 2017 when I was vice captaining, when we won the President's Trophy for the first time in college history, where it was the 25th President's Trophy that we had, and we won for the first time and beating Isipatana College, which was one of the favorites that time. So those were like the most memorable moments of my senior years as a Ragarite.
Wow, those sound really special. You were the vice captain of the first 15 rugby team of one of the most prestigious schools in the island. Can you like take us through that whole experience? Like, what did it mean to you, and what did holding leadership positions in your sports career teach you?
So being the vice captain, as in, it was a great honor. So then my captain was Vinod Fernando, who represented Sri Lanka as well. So Father Rector called us into the office and announced saying that, Vinod, you're the captain, and Raveen, you'll be the assistant, as in you'll be the vice captain, supporting him. So that was like a great honor for me to be the vice captain of the sport that I love. So from small days, I was so into rugby, where I thought that one day I will definitely get into a position like this. So when it comes to rugby, it's a team game. So, and a game that we take decisions instantly. So when it comes to that, you build a lot of leadership qualities. So the first thing that I just wrote down was like the communication skills, the teamwork, the accountability that you raise, while as in like any decision you make, you have to be accountable for that, and the risk that you take, and most importantly, the never give up attitude. So rugby, and when it comes to rugby and leadership, the thing that I learned most was the never giving up attitude at any time, because you have to face a lot of challenges, a lot of things happen during games, a lot of drop downs, a lot of mentally drop downs. So you have to keep moving forward, and the no quitting attitude, the never give upping attitude was the biggest thing that I learned through rugby as a leader. So yeah, and also one more thing is respecting each other. So rugby is a sport where we respect each other, as in like our brothers who play and the other opponent team. Though it says as in rugby, it's a hooligans game played by so that's what, as in on field we fight, but outside field it's just a brotherhood that we have each other. So that is the most important thing.
That's nice to hear. Yeah. So yeah, we know that rugby is one of the most toughest sports out there, and I'm sure you would have faced tons of challenges, both physically and mentally, as a sportsman. How were you able to overcome these challenges, and can you give us a small piece of advice to our sportsmen who have joined here today on how to overcome challenges in their respective sports?
Yeah, Mali, speaking with regarding that, as in throughout my rugby career, I have had a lot of injuries, broken ankles, dislocated shoulders, pulled hamstrings. So everything, the only thing that kept us moving forward is just facing the challenges and just moving on, and the team effort. So though we get injured, what we do is we go to the practice and we see others, we motivate others. So they motivate us, and by looking at them, we want to come into the field and practice. So that heals our injuries very. And also when it comes to mental pressure that we have. So rugby is as in when you go to the ground, it's just you and your team. So there's and whatever the coaches train and everything, we just implies in the game. So the decisions we take and everything, the risk is completely based on our teammates. So the pressure that we have to handle, the crowd pressure, the coaches pressure, the pressure from school is really tough, because the year that I played for first 15, we had a good team and college expected a lot. So when we lose a game, we are demotivated, and a lot from a crowd, as in the pressure was there. But the only thing kept us moving forward is the team spirit that we had, and the support that we got from college and the motivation that we got from coaches. So, but I can advise the young Josephians who are playing, as in doing a lot of sports, you will face, as in there'll be a lot of challenges that will come throughout the journey. You will have to stop, put a break, and start over. So the best thing is for you to just think, as in, be confident in yourself and keep moving forward. And also the most important thing is to say a small prayer whenever you're stuck, because prayer is, as in, God is there looking at us at always, that they are motivated, as in anything that happens in the field or outside the field can be controlled by God. So the pressure, the best way is to release the pressure is by just talking to God in a small prayer. So that's the advice that I can give for the young sportsmen here, for them to just keep moving forward. If there's a breakdown, take a pause and start over.
It must have been a very proud and special experience wearing the blue and white jersey. Can you share your thoughts on what it meant to you, like personally, and what advice could you give some of our sportsmen on what they should feel about representing college at the highest level?
So wearing the blue and white jersey was a great honor, actually. I saying that was one of my dreams, to represent college, wear the blue and white stripes, and having the crest on my chest to walk into the ground. So the advice that I can give the young Josephians is that wearing the blue and white jersey, you are representing college. Out of about 4,000 students, you're the selected 15 or the 25 who's running into the ground. So when you wear the blue and white jersey, you have to wear it with pride. And when you walk into the ground, off the field and inside the field, you have to make sure that you maintain your discipline. That's the most important thing. As in, you're representing college, there are people around you looking at you and your discipline. Because when it comes to a sport like rugby, there are a lot of things that happen during a rugby match. So as in something that I can proudly say, during my rugby career, I have never got a yellow card, never got a red card. As in all the matches I have been warned, as in with stuff that I did, but I have never got a yellow card. I have never got a red card. I have never been in the hot seat, as in the seat, as in the sin bin. So likewise, as in you have to make sure that you wear the jersey properly, as in like you have to always understand you're representing college, and you have to be honored to wear the college jersey and do a sport. So either it's a team sport or an individual sport, you have to make sure that you understand yourself that I'm representing college and I should be in my best behavior and I should show my colors as a St. Josephian, because wearing the blue and white jersey is a great pride.
Thank you for that idea. In addition to representing the first 15 rugby team, you were also able to achieve 3 years for your advanced level exam in the commerce stream. Could you take us through your years as an A-level student and tell us how you were able to balance both your academics with your commitments as a ruggerite?
So speaking of A-levels, I was, from the beginning, from the day I started A-levels, my target, my aim was to get 3 years. So there were people challenging me saying, you can't get 3 years playing rugger. Even to be honest, even teachers, they used to say, it's I don't know whether you can get 3 years. Because whenever someone asks me, what are you expecting to get for your A-levels? I always say 3 years. Even during my head prefect's interview, then the results were not released. The first question they asked was, what do you expect? What results do you expect for your A-level? So the first thing I just, without any doubt, what I said was 3 years. So it's the positive attitude that you have towards any goal that you take, where you make sure, yes, definitely I'm going to do this. So having that is the most important thing. So, and also we were very motivated when then Rector Father Travis Gabriel said, if more than 15 people get 3 years in that batch, that they will take us abroad. So everyone in our A-level year, everyone was motivated to do that. And we were able to get the best results in school. There was 22 3 years in our batch. So we were able to go to Malaysia as well. So that was how I was always motivated with teachers, and because when they saw that I could do something better, what they did was they made sure that I attend all classes and do my studies as well. So the most important thing, for me, I was always there in college from morning 5:30 sometimes till around 7. I'm in college. So, and also, so I had a time where I was not able to get my private tuition come to my home. So what college did for me was that they gave a chance where I can bring the tutor to college. And after rugby practices at 7, I go to college and I have classes till 12 night, where I was in just a classroom alone, studying till 12. So at that time, my parents and everyone supported me. So those were the challenges that I faced, and I was able to do well in A-levels in 3 years.
Wow, that sounds really tough. So many present day, as you also would have known, sportsmen find it very difficult to balance both their sports and their studies. Could you comment a little about the importance of striking a balance between sports and studies to our Josephians and give them a small piece of advice in this regard?
Yeah, so the most important thing in college is studies. So whatever I did, I always kept in my head, first studies, then sports, then extracurricular activities. So for me to have a balanced cycle, what I always try to do is I give my first priority for studies. So throughout my studies, and the motivation that I've had was from small days. What my parents said was, if you do well in your studies, you can keep on doing sports. But if you start dropping your grades and if you do not do well, we are going to stop sports. So for the love that I have for sports, I was motivated that I will continue doing my studies well as well. So how tired I was, because we are young, when it's just 18, 19-year-olds. So we have a very good immune system and we are strong. So we don't have to worry about staying up till late, having a short rest. So that won't affect anything. So having a balance, having a balance in studies and sports is not that hard for us. So it's just a matter of us setting up goals, thinking that this is doing everything under a plan. So I had a schedule when I was in college, this time to this time, I full concentrate on sports. From this time till late, I concentrate on studies. So I never missed one single practice in my life. I never missed one single class in college. I never missed one single tuition. So I didn't have any. I always the thing that motivated me to not have excuses. So as in everyone, we try to have excuses to do something, as in stay away with doing something. So everyone is talented, everyone have their own potential, so they do not have to worry with regarding, because definitely you can do well in sports and studies together. I can be an example saying that everything is possible to be balanced. So yeah, that's the advice I can give.
Thank you for that piece of advice, Aya. Aya, with all your extracurricular activities, you were also the vice president of the Colombo Junior Curia of the Legion of Mary. Can you share with us how your faith, spirituality, and your close relationship with God impacted both your sports and your personal life?
So speaking of who I am today is because of God. So everything that I start with a prayer. Everything I end with a prayer. So throughout my life, the best decision I made was joining Legion of Mary. So just after O levels, we had a lot of extra time because we were post O level stewards and we were asked to come to school. So then the president, who was Bihanaya, but he said was, Raveen, just come and join and just see how it is. So I went for one meeting, and from the first meeting itself, I was able to see how much it is to get spiritual close. So throughout my college life, I went to the morning mass every day. I went to church. Whenever I come into the school, the first thing that I do is go to church. Even after school, as in like when we left school as well, whenever we are entering school, the first thing we do is going into the church. So that was like one of the most memorable thing that happens, as in like throughout the college, the first thing we see when we enter the college is the chapel. So um, so I would say, as in everything that we did and everything that I've accomplished is through God. And it was a great opportunity for me to be the vice president of the Colombo Junior Curia, controlling all the, as in everyone, uh, every school around Colombo. So it was a great experience, and I got really close with God, with Mother Mary, as in everything, as in I would openly say who I am today is because of the spiritual background that I have.
Oh, yeah, that's really inspiring. So, yeah, we know that you were a prefect in college and you later went up to becoming the head prefect. And I'm sure that those years spent in the prefect's body are some of the most memorable years of your schooling career. Could you like take us through your journey in the prefect's body and tell us what that whole experience was like?
Yeah, so one of my dreams was to become a prefect. So from small days, I was so excited to wear the blue blazer, actually, to become a prefect. So the first step was to become a senior steward. So after O levels, I applied, and I was fortunate to get into the selected 23. There was only 23 in our batch, one of the smallest prefects batch for the past few years. So we had a nice bond, as in the people who were in that 23, as in all the prefects were very strong, as in like we were more like a family. So throughout our career, as in we did everything together. So doing all, as in staying late, doing organizing work was something that kept us going forward. So what I did was like, apart from raga and studies, the thing that kept us relaxed was the time we spent together as prefects. So during my time being a senior prefect, being a senior, as in senior steward, I enjoyed every moment of that, as in doing organizing events, doing as in all the programs, staying late in school, staying overnight as well sometimes to do events. So that was a great experience. So the batch that we had was very fun. We have gone on trips, about more than 10 trips so far. So it was a nice experience, actually. Uh, one of the best decisions that I made by being college prefect.
You made some pretty memorable memories inside the prefect's body, I think.
We had a lot of memorable moments.
I assume one of the most proudest moments in your schooling career was to be appointed as the head prefect of college. What did it feel to be appointed as the head prefect of St. Joseph's College? What did it mean to you? Like, can you take us through that whole experience of your final year in school when you served as the head prefect?
Yeah. So start off as in, to be honest, I never thought that will become the head prefect. So we went for the interviews. Such about 9 of us applied. 7 of us got selected for the board. So the time that Father Rector Travis Gabriel asked us to come into the office, and when he started announcing the name, so he started with the assistant head prefects, went on to the deputy head prefect. So I was nervous, thinking that don't know whether I have not got selected. And at last, Father said, so the head prefect will be you, as in Raveen Antonio. So I got shocked, actually. So the first thing that I did was, as I came out of the office, I ran into the church. I knelt, I said a prayer. So as a college boy, the biggest dream that anyone could say is become the head prefect of college. So I was fortunate to become the head prefect. So it was a great experience. And throughout my career, I got the best support from my board members. So I had Dihan and Minura as my deputy head prefects, and Aniston, Banuka, Vindulaya, and Angelo as my assistant head prefects. Every decision we took as a unit. There was no individual decisions that we took during my prefect, as in my head prefecture. And the memories that we built. So the first time we wore the black blazer was for a function in the president's house. So it was a Cardinals event where there were a few Cardinals from all around the world came to Sri Lanka. So that was one of the greatest moments, where wearing the black blazer for the first time in front of the crowd, and staying in the president's house. And that was one of the most events. And throughout the year, we had a lot of events. We did a lot of programs, and all those programs were very exciting. And it was nice to be the head prefect, as in seeing how the progress of the junior prefects, getting their opinions, listening to them, their ideas, solving problems. And to be honest, throughout my journey, I would say now Bishop Anton Ranjit was the role model of my life, as in, because he guided me through, he taught me how to be a great leader, because to be honest, he's one of the best leaders that you can find today. So he guided me through, he was always there supporting me, telling me what to do and what not to do, how to be around teachers, how to get things done. And so I would say, as in, the whole experience was amazing. As in, who I am today is because of the experience I got as the head prefect. As in, coming out, speaking like this is also something exciting for me, because of, I think I would say, because I was the head prefect only, I'm able to even come in front of a camera, come in front of a crowd and open myself and talk like this. So it was a great experience.
That's really nice to hear. Yeah. So yeah, you were the head prefect. You vice captain the first 15 rugby team, and you achieved 3 A's. Did you ever think you could achieve all of this as a young Josephian? And how were you able to develop your leadership skills and grow as a leader in all three of these aspects?
So to be honest, as in my wildest dreams, I thought that one day I will get 3 A's, I will become a leader as in vice captain of the Raga team, but never thought that I would be the head prefect of college as well. So achieving that was a great honor. As in, like, it was one of the best moments of my life. It was a dream that came true. You can say that. So throughout the career, it's not something easy. I got the fullest support from the rector, the principals, the teachers, and I always observe them and I see the potential in them, and I get the best qualities out of them. So as a leader, by seeing the rector, how he helps college, teachers, how they handle students, and leaders who were elder me, as in my head prefects, as in I was under Kushlanaya and Sasankaya. They were the head prefects. As in when I was the steward, it was Kushlanaya. Then when I became senior prefect, it was Sasankaya. So seeing them helped me to gain a lot of leadership qualities. So I would say, as in everything that I learned was through the leaders. As in I got all those qualities from them and applied in my way. So yeah.
It's really inspiring. Staying on the topic of leadership, what kind of advice would you give any young Josephian in terms of developing their leadership skills in college?
So college, we have a lot of opportunities to become a leader. So it can be either in sports, either in a society, or an extracurricular activity, or even in studies, as in you can be a lead in studies as well. So you have to get the maximum use out of it. So every time college opens up an opportunity, the best thing for you to do is to grab it. So when I was in college, as in if they say you can come and join this club, I go and I join the club. I don't know what the club means even. I just go and join. There's a sport like this. You can come. I will go and join the sport. So I can say that I have done more than half of the sports in college throughout my stay in school. So what I could say is follow your dreams, because having a dream is the most important thing. As in having a goal, having a target, having a vision is the most important thing. And you have to work hard for it, because nothing is being offered to you in a plate. So you have to work hard for it. And one of the things that I always say is to do things on time. Okay. So once I can remember, after, as in the first meeting we had, the question that they asked was, Aya, why were you so early? So early. So what I said was, I am happy to be 1 hour early than 1 minute late. So from then, whenever I say that there's a meeting at 8:30, the prefects then, the stewards then come to college. As in, if I say 8:30, they're there by 8. So we even start the meeting early because everyone's there. So work on time, keep a target, keep a goal. And another thing is observe great leaders, as in watch videos of how they develop their skills, how they came into a good position, learn from them, get the good qualities of them. And the other thing is to come forward. At any time, at any given opportunity, come forward, show your talent, because everyone has their unique talent. So either it can be on sports, studies, maybe in extracurriculars like debating or any other, as in choir, whether you are a good singer. So any opportunity that comes up, come forward and get the maximum out of it.
Thank you for that, Aya. So Aya, I assume your journey wasn't a bed of roses and that you would have had your fair share of ups and downs. Can we know what your most challenging moment was as a leader in college?
So throughout my career, there were a lot of challenges. As in, there were a lot of things that we had to face. So being a student who stayed in college more than 15 hours a day, okay, coming to school at 5:30, leaving college at 12 after classes, 12 night, there were a lot of challenges. As in, to start off, as in, I could say one of the biggest challenges that I had through my career was getting affected in floods in 2016 before my A-levels. Just 1 month before my A-levels, our house got flooded through, as in the whole house got flooded. So through that also, I got support from my friends. They helped me to get the notes and everything, because all my books and everything went underwater. As in, we didn't have time to do anything, because overnight the whole house got flooded. So that was one of the biggest challenges during my career. And it was a very hard journey, because nothing comes easy for anything. So you have to face the challenges, you have to move forward. So I would say, as in, at any time, whenever you feel like you're going back, the best thing is to say a small prayer and keep on moving forward. So challenges come and go, so you just have to face them. So that's what I can say, as in, Playing rugby, a physical game, you get tired. But if you just think yourself, I'm going to do this, then you can face that and you can move forward.
Wow, yeah. So yeah, they say that a leader, should always have a goal and an objective that they work towards. And we'd like to know, what your vision was and what kind of approach and mentality did you possess when you were the head prefect?
So throughout my career as the head prefect, career, I had a goal, whatever I did, I wrote it down in a paper saying that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So, and I was, the excitement and the happiness that you get when you achieve those is unforgettable. So whatever we do, we just have to make sure that we keep a vision and keep a goal. So throughout my career, my vision was to get the prefects united. So one of the most important things when it comes to leading or anything. So work as a unit. So there was, everything was achievable because everyone had their ideas shared among, and the best idea was taken out. Everything was done under an understanding. So it can be either junior, it can be either senior. So anything we did with a target, to achieve the vision or the goal that we have. So I would say, throughout the journey, as you have to have objectives, you have to have goals, you have to have targets. You just have to make sure that you keep a clear target in your head where you can achieve them. So I would say, through my career in school, from small days, I had my own targets. I wrote them down and I was able to achieve it. So everyone who's watching also can do the same. You can have your targets written on a paper and you will be able to get it done.
Moving on, what were some of the most important lessons you would have learned along the way in terms of leadership?
So being a leader, you learn a lot. So you can learn it through a junior, a small person, as someone who's below you as well. So the things that I learned first, it's better to always get a combined decision than having a decision alone, because then you come up with the best ideas from each and every one. So the first thing that any decision I make, I used to take a combined decision, get the best out of it, and to respect each other and to work hard towards a goal, to give the 100% and to work on time and taking risks. Actually, that's one of the most important things when it comes to a leader. You have to take risks. You have to be accountable for the risks that you take as a decision you make as well. So there's a saying, there are high risk, high rewards. So anything that you do, that you take with a risk, you have to make sure that you are accountable for that as well. And the positive attitude. The most important thing that you learn through a leader is the positive attitude that you have. So anything you do, you have to be positive. You have to think, yes, I can do it. I will do it. So my slogan was always that, what I always say is, I will do my best and God will do the rest. So I had that faith. I had that in my head throughout my life. So anything that I did with that, focusing on that quote. So I would say, the lessons that we learned on our way are amazing. So you see from someone who is under you also, you can learn good qualities. So sometimes you can see a younger person coming into the office or coming into the school early. So you can take, he's coming early, why can't I come early? So like that, you just have to build up all the qualities and get the best out of everyone. Throughout your journey, you learn a lot as a leader. So still I'm learning. Uh, from people listening to talks and all. So that's how it is. That's right.
It's very inspiring, it is very important, as youth, that we maintain good values, traditions, and discipline. Can you give your thoughts on how important it is that we maintain Josephian values, traditions, and discipline as students, sportsmen, and leaders in our college?
So St. Joseph is a college with 125 years of history, and it is named the best Catholic school in Sri Lanka. So we have our own tradition, we have our own value. Whenever you go out to the society, whenever you say that you're a Josephian, the respect that you get is different, because the way people think of us is totally different. So what I would say is, as in who I am today is because of what I followed from college and what I learned from college, the values and the traditions that I followed from college. So wherever you go, as in whenever you say that you're a Josephian, people appreciates you and they take you as somewhat, as in they keep, that's, it's a next level. So once, as in, this was something that I heard recently. One of my friends said, so he's from another school. So he has gone to an interview, and they have asked the school, and he has mentioned the school, and he got selected for the job. But what he came and said was, if I had a saint in front of my school name, they won't even hesitate to get me to that job, because the values and everything that people see in Josephians or in a Catholic school is completely different. So I would say, as in, we have to make sure that we respect our traditions, values, and we do not do anything to uh, get people think worse of it. So yeah,
Thank you
that's what
for
I can
that.
say about.
Yeah. So as you also would agree, I think loyalty towards a school is very important. Can you share with our audience how important it is that we, maintain our loyalty to school and we take pride in being Josephians?
Yeah. So who I am today is because of college. So I have to be loyal to college throughout my life. Okay. So any old boy, any seniors, they'll say, as in, what they have got from college is immense. As in, there's no way that we can give it back to college. So uh, we have to always be loyal to our college, as in we have to show it by act and by words. As in, it always says, and there's a saying, once a Josephian is always a Josephian. So keeping that in head, we have to make sure that we be loyal to college throughout. So uh, and it is a great pride that you can just openly say to anyone, I'm a Josephian. So you have to show that in act as well. So whenever you go, wherever you go, by discipline, by being disciplined, by maintaining good habits, you show your respect. That's how you can show the respect to college as well. Okay, by carrying forward the name. By the way that we can be loyal to college is by carrying the name to other places. So wherever you go, as if you can uh, be tall up and say that you're a Josephian, that is the best thing that can happen for you.
I think all the Josephians join in today would feel the pride after what you just said. Yeah, can you stress the importance of students, growing as leaders in college, and how important it is that we make use of what we learn as students at St. Joseph's College, and that we use it, for the benefit of society?
Okay, so St. Joseph, we have a lot of opportunities to become leaders. So we have doors open from everywhere, from either sports, extracurricular activities, where we can become leaders. And St. Joseph, we have produced a lot of good leaders in the past history as well. So when it comes to that, as in anything that we learn, because whenever we go out to the society, when you say that you're a Josephian, the idea that they have is that he's a true leader, as in he's a natural leader actually. So by just saying that you're from St. Joseph, people know that you're a leader. You have the leadership qualities. You have the ability to take, as in guide a group to achieve targets and everything. So what I would say is, as in you learned a lot through college. From day one, you enter college, you see seniors, you see teachers, you see principals, how they act, how they manage, as in how they do stuff, as in how they control us. By that, we learn how a leader should be. So I would openly say, as in all the leadership qualities that I've learned is by being as a Josephian, as in like we have learned a lot. And when you go to the society, you don't have to be afraid at all. By just being a Josephian, you are a natural leader. So you can openly go to any place and say that you're a Josephian and you are accepted as a leader.
That's very nice to hear. Yeah.
And also
So,
one
yeah.
more thing, so the audience that's today, so one of them can be the president in the future as well. So anyone has the opportunity to become a great leader. So it's just a matter of us pushing forward and doing our work well. We will be able to achieve those targets.
Moving on, with the current pandemic and all, I think everyone has had to adapt to the online learning environment. Personally, how have you adapted to the online learning system, and what kind of advice could you give all the students following such a system?
So speaking of online learning, we sit in front of a computer, we learn now. So that is the new normal and we have to adapt to it. So I know it's boring. It's not like staying in a physical class, staying with your friends. But we have to understand with this situation, the best thing and the best way that we can move forward is by doing online lessons and all. So I'm currently following up on an MBA in business management. So uh, even classes that I have, I get bored. But what we can understand is that this is the new normal. We just have to move on with it and we have to get the best out of it. And we have to see out the advantages that we have as well. So by staying at home, by doing online classes, you get a lot of time, extra time. So you can use those extra time to more useful things, like maybe start up a new hobby, maybe learn to play an instrument. So like that, you can assign your time, because if you had to go physically to school, you spend about 2 hours up and down just to go and come. So you are saving time there. So you can start up new things. You can start up work. So I currently work as well. So the working and everything is also done online. So we have to accept it because we cannot change what has happened. This pandemic has stopped us from a lot of things. So we just have to understand that this must be a plan of God as well, and just keep on moving. Do get the maximum out of the teachers, get the maximum out of the college when it comes to online learning, and do the best. So that's what I can give as an advice of how I am keeping up to my work online, as in doing by online learning.
I'm pretty sure everybody would find what you said very helpful. So moving on. After spending 14 years in college and achieving some truly remarkable achievements, what would you say is the greatest lesson that you have learned as a student of St. Joseph's College?
So the greatest lesson. So if we just pause for a moment and see, as in when we're in college, the first thing that we do is we start off, anything that we do, we start off a prayer. Anything that we end off a prayer. So the best thing that I've learned is that for anything, for everything that we are achieving, we have to have God with us. So St. Joseph's College is a place where it is fully shown to us from day one, from school till we end school. We are being guided through that, as in we have been taught how to pray, we have been taught how to speak with God. So I would say one of the biggest lessons that I learned in college is to grow spiritually. And also I would say the support and the leadership that is being given from college, the guidance that is being given from teachers, the hard work of the teachers, hard work of college to improve all the students. So for the past all the years, we have been excelling in everything: sports, studies, extracurriculars, college has come to a very good position. So what we are now is because of all the leaders that we had in college. So throughout the college, what I learned first, as in the greatest lesson that I learned first, that we just have to keep moving forward, accept the challenges, and be closer to God.
Right, Aya. So now we have come to the final question of today's program, Aya. And that is, what advice could you give to the Josephians in the audience who want to achieve their dreams and goals and leave their legacy in college like you did, Aya?
So what I could first say is, don't stop dreaming, because there's a saying also, you throw a stone to the, as in you shoot to the stars, you will end up in a coconut tree. So keep on dreaming, because that's the most important thing, and work hard, be dedicated, give the 100% to what you are doing. Either studies, give you 100%, sports, give you 100%. You're in a society, give you 100% to the society, the work that you do, and never give up, because challenges can come throughout, as in from the beginning, from day one till the end, there'll be challenges in your life. If there's no challenges, life is going to be very boring. So face the challenges, make the challenges something interesting, and achieve them. And what I would say is, finally, is work towards a goal, okay, and leave a legacy in college, because you have to be remembered in college. So that's the first step that you can do. So do well in whatever is good for you, because everyone has their own potentials. So find that and do well and leave a legacy in college. So that's what I can advise or give a thought as into everyone. So leave a legacy in college.
Thank you for that inspirational piece of advice, Aya. Well, that brings us to the end of today's program. Thank you, Raveen Aya, once again for joining us.
Thank you, Mali, for having me here. And this is a great thing that you all are doing as prefects, the Extra Mile program. I have watched the past 4 episodes, and this is something that is new to college and something that motivates everyone in college. So keep on doing this, and great work, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you to everybody who joined today's session of the Extra Mile. We hope that you are able to take away something of value from this program. Join us again next week, and together, let's all find the strength to go the extra mile and get through this challenge as one Josephian family. Till then, stay safe and may God bless you.